Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a new segment of the Bridging Impact Podcast, the podcast that bridges wisdom from generation to generation. And I'm your host, Coach Furtado. So in this new segment, it's really just a combination from an old show, Friday Furtado show, that was on just a different podcast, and I wanted to marry them together. Let's keep everything in sync, baby. And so I, myself, Coach Furtado, will be sharing about my week, and it'll be called Coach's Corner, and I'll pass the wisdom that I'm learning along the way. With that being said, our topic of the day is start. Start what, Justin? So everyone has a dream, right? Or had a dream, or has aspirations. Not all of our dreams look the same. Not everyone has professional dreams. Some people have personal dreams, vacation dreams, hobby dreams. But needless to say, we all have dreams. And I want to talk about the one thing that is required for every single dream, and the number one reason that most people don't accomplish their dreams. And that is, drumroll please, starting. You have to start. So yesterday in my podcast conversation with a brilliant sports psychologist, world-renowned, and definitely should listen to that next week, is starting. I asked her the question. The final question of my podcast was, I just got curious, because she's a podcast author, speaker, and kind of was talking about that. And I just like, how do I become one, right? And she's just like, you're already doing it. Justin, you already have started. And it really hit me over the head. I've been creating content for 3.5 years now, and I'm getting a lot better. I'm still not perfect by no means. Last week I put out a piece of content, and I think that one thing for Coach's Corner for me to really get better is I organized it. I organized, where I'm at this week, because otherwise I'll just rant. I'll just talk. I'll talk about this, and then it won't make a lot of sense. And I had a great someone on YouTube commented and was just like, gave me a lot of great feedback, and I was like, yes. I'm not always maybe going to take it all in, because if I take every single piece of feedback that I get from people, I'm just not going to be there. But there are little bits of pieces that I'm going to be like, I need to get better at. But the only way I get better is if I start and I make mistakes and I correct them and I keep going, I keep creating. With that being said, we all can reach our dreams. Not every one of us has dreams of being, the NBA. Your dreams might be to go to Hawaii. Your dreams might be to be a carpenter. But needless to say, you have to start. You have to begin those. And for me, I just briefly mentioned that 3.5 years ago is when I started creating content. So let's talk about my dreams right now. My dreams, honestly, are similar to hers. Like, eventually, I want to own my own business and be into consultancy, be kind of like a media figure around youth sports, around just, positive impact. And I still don't know exactly what it's going to look like, but I'm going to keep, putting my foot forward and learning every single day and learning how I can bring value to the world. I don't want to plan out what it's going to look like in 10 years, because I would be wrong. But my dreams are to be someone that is like a mentor to so many people, and has a podcast and is a speaker. I'm an author, right? And I can really bring value to people. I don't want to just write a book for no one to read it, right? I want to write a book that really impacts and influences people's life. And that is leadership. And that's why I talk about leadership. And that's why, truthfully, I have shows about it so I can learn about it, right? Because if I just want to talk about it, I'm not actually going to learn, because I have to be about it, right? Which is where coaching comes in, and I have to practice my leadership every single day, and I make mistakes every single day. But those mistakes and that practice comes from starting, right? 3 years ago, around the same time that I created content. It's kind of amazing, actually, that my junior year of college really, now that I'm looking back on it, was very influential on the path that I'm going down. Is I started coaching a rec team. And I wasn't, I had a lot of energy and enthusiasm, but really I wasn't a great coach. I was still kind of a player figuring it all out. But there's no way I would be where I am at today, pretty much getting paid. I do other things besides coach to get paid, but basketball coaching has got me to where I am today. And I never, ever would have thought that. Because sharing my story about being a player is like, I rode the bench my senior year of varsity. I got cut from the varsity team my junior year, but I kept trying. I kept putting in the work, waking up at 5:45. You know what? Maybe I didn't become Michael Jordan, but I got to become a basketball coach, a youth basketball coach, because of that, because I put the time and work in. And you never know what's going to happen. So with that, Michael Jordan didn't become an NBA player because he just woke up and wanted it. He put the hours and hours and hours in, and honestly, he had the natural talent, right? You have to have the natural talent in something. I know I have the talent to influence and impact and write and create content. I know that, right? I didn't have the natural influence or the natural ability to become an NBA player. That's why I rode the bench in high school, although our team was great, So with that being said, if you want to go, you don't need to be the best to have a dream. I think that's a big thing. It's like a lot of people are like, I have to be the best. I don't need to be the best content creator. I just need to be influential and impact the people. There's still going to be millions of other content creators that are probably better than me, and that's fine. That's fine. As long as I'm impacting people at a high level and I'm impacting a lot of people, that's what matters to me most. Because a lot of those things, like creating content, like, it's subjective, right? So there are going to be certain people that resonate with my content more than, let's say Ryan Holiday's content, John Gordon's, and that's okay, right? We can all impact people, and it's not an impact race, so to speak. And I want to talk about something because I'm talking about starting now, and you have to start, because if you don't start, you're going to get 0 hours. But Malcolm Gladwell talks about needing 10,000 hours in the book Outliers to really become a master at your craft, at your skill. So, how long is 10,000 hours for content creation or coaching? You know what? I haven't done the math, but, I was talking to the sports psychologist yesterday, and she was just telling me that, it really takes 5-10 years, She's like, I'm glad no one listened to me in the first 3 years. And what she called them were the quiet years. So right now, I'm in the quiet years. Right now, I'm starting to get a little more traction on YouTube, which is amazing, and I really appreciate the support. But, they're the quiet years, right? I have 39 subscribers. I have, on average, 10 people listening to the podcast. So with that being said, yeah, it makes sense that, I am not in this space where I have 1 million subscribers because I haven't put the time in yet. You gotta put the time in, and I think that is just a microcosm of society, a little bit of the Instagram society of I need to be successful right now. And I think that's one thing that's really, really helped me with my dreams and stay grounded is just that I enjoy what I do every day. I enjoy creating this piece of content and then interacting and engaging. That's what I love. I love coaching youth basketball. Wherever I end up coaching basketball, I really can't tell you where I see myself in 10 to 15 years. I just know I want to be an impactful coach. Because you can be an impactful coach at the high school level, at the college level, at the NBA level. I don't know where I'll end up. And I don't want to write that journey for myself, right? But I do know I want to have massive impact for people. And with that being said, I have some questions for you that I want you to think about when it comes to your dreams. First of all, what's that dream? What's that aspiration that's been nagging at you for a long time that you haven't taken up, right? Maybe it's being a carpenter, going on a certain vacation. Maybe it's becoming a guitar player, whatever it is. What is it? What has been holding you back from that? Really, are you scared to commit time? Are you scared of what other people think? You got to ask that for yourself. I don't know what the answer is for you. And the last one is who can you reach out to that have been doing what you want to do, whether it's creating content, coaching, that you can really get some good answers and some good help, good guidance, good mentorship. You know how many mentors I've had? I've had at least 10. I'm always asking people that are older, wiser, smarter than me, younger, wiser, smarter than me. Don't matter their age. You can learn, and I think that's been one of the things that I've found most successful for me is just learning from other people. So many people have so much knowledge, and that's honestly, truthfully, why I podcast. I learn so much about leadership from talking with other people. And really, I would love for you to comment or connect with me on how I can help you on your journey to achieve your dreams. That's one of the reasons I want to create content. So I appreciate y'all for listening. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, especially if you're on YouTube. Share this with a friend. Let's help people achieve their dreams. Let's help people make an impact on the world. And I appreciate you for listening. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. And I will be right back here next week on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify on Bridging Impact. Much love, y'all.